Oh, Atakiyasin. Namaste. All my relations. Osio. All my relatives. And I'll learn how to say it in San here very soon. Anyway, honoring all the different angles of myself. It's been a little while since I've done a meditation walk rambling. Thank you. As we are walking along the Great Miami River, you have the Great Miami River, the Little Miami River, the Stillwater River, the Mud River, and I think it's the Sugar Creek. Anyway, 5 main rivers come together. And so I've been contemplating the messages of yesterday, which was when I arrived here. Well, let me back up. My first arrival was at the Charleston Falls and pulled in, and who was there but all the youth, the young kids on the school buses for their outing and their little field trip through the Charleston Falls. And there were the stuffed animals that were strategically placed around on the trails for the children to find and then to learn from. I thought, that's interesting, that's beautiful. So I arrived here yesterday after the mushrooms were like, "You gotta go, lady." So I'm like, okay, we need to ground, and, so to speak, pound this energy into the earth and, well, also catch up on our miles for the being in solidarity with the peace, the PDJ journey. So, arrive here and stopped first at the tree, honoring a grandmother spirit whom I was so blessed to meet after knowing her for like 12 years on Zoom and phone calls, talking circles that we were in. And so I stop at the tree to honor her, and I move along, and just a few feet from there is a woodpecker feather. Take it to the next dimension. Drum it to the next dimension. Yes. So we go on a little bit, and there's chipmunk. Crosses in front of us from the right to the left. All of these things are very important. And parts of the messages. So from the right to the left. And we continue on. And then there's possum. The possum is deceased. There's no smell. And only the head is taken off. And I look around going, where's all the vultures? I'm going, interesting. Possum with his head taken off. No vultures. But as I look up, there's eagle flying. I'm like, oh, eagle. So I honor eagle, flying from the left to the right, way above the power lines. But I caught the glimpse as he was between the power lines and the picture. So we move on from there, And there's deer. 2 deer. Yes, I heard the tree pop at us. The 2 deer. First there was the one, and they didn't move. They weren't scared. None of these animals with Roshini. And I'm like, And they were pretty well camouflaged. Just across the ridge, so to speak. I'm like, wow, okay. So, the 2 deer. And we continue on a little bit further. And there's the big golden disc mushroom that took us out into a little bit of a field, because I was like, what is that gold disc? Oh, it's just shining so beautiful. And it was a mushroom. And so then we move a little bit further, and there's groundhog. Big groundhog. Now, if you recall, the last time I was here, it was a baby groundhog. And we scared it back off into the woods. So this time, it's a big mama or papa groundhog. And it's just sitting there right on the ridge, close to us. Could care less about Rashidi. And it's just sniffing and sniffing. And we stood there for quite some time with groundhog, listening. And we move on. And that was the end of our little meditation walk, grounding and reconnecting with some spaces that, well, it may look like we've been here before, but it's different. And also in a place of, we have no idea where we're headed, but here's some tools. So as I shared, woodpecker is about drumming into the next dimension and connecting with these trees and grounding it into Mother Earth. I mean, just imagine feeling that vibration of drumming the tree higher, more expansive, but yet at the same time when you're drumming, that vibration goes down into the roots, way down into the roots, into the Mother Earth. And then we have chipmunk. Chipmunk, much like squirrel, is this little gatherer, kind of like a cross between a mouse and a squirrel, where it's gathering and all that, stuff that is needed for those cold times. It's gathering all these information and medicine. Lives very, very close to home and is also the medicine for the owl. And much like mouse, it pays very close attention to the details, the smallest of details. So that's moving in to the feminine side, into that meditation. Meditate upon your medicines and the details and gather those tools, that medicine that is needed. Listen, listen, stuff it away. It's going to be needed. And so then possum. No vultures to rebirth life. But the eagle gives it wings and rises us higher than the power lines, our human power lines. It takes us higher than those human power lines. When we no longer play dead, take that face of that raccoon, take that mask off. You no longer need to play dead. You are fully surrendered. So let's take it to that next dimension with all that good medicine you've been gathering and paying attention to the details. And let's give it wings and take it higher than the man-made power. Ooh. So you move from there, and the deer, we are two deer. We are in harmony with our gentle luring in the forest. We don't have to go into the forest. We're in the forest. It is already in there and camouflaged. But I see you, you see me, and we are in harmony with our gentle luring into this next dimension. With that mask of being dead taken off, given our wings to fly higher with all the medicine that we need. And then you take that one step further. We have the groundhog. Hi. We have the groundhog. And the groundhog has come out of its den. It's bigger than any of us can imagine. It is that dream of the night coming out of the den, out of the earth. Oh, and being made manifest. That dream of the dream time. Hey, hey. And so that's my meditation rambling, a sharing of that beauty and peace. And I need to move along here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.